So as I'm finishing up the front frame rails here on our Dodge with our rust bullet, we're gonna go to Kerry in the back, and he's gonna run you guys through what's gonna go on with the bed liner and what we need to get ready for that. So head on back with Kerry and see what's going on.
Thanks, Justin.
You're welcome.
So now that Justin's throwing it back to us back here in the back of the truck, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get everything ready and prep to do the spray-in bed liner. First, we'll check for any rust, fix the rust with our rust converter and our rust bullet, then we'll surface wash it, then we get to do the fun part. We get to actually do the Summit spray-in bed liner. This stuff is killer. We use it here at the shop all the time. You can use it for underneath the car, you can use it for under fender wells, rockers, whatever you need to do, but this is a fantastic bed liner. So it's really easy to spray on, and let me show you how easy it really is. The first thing we'll do is we'll use surface wash, get everything out of it, make sure everything's really nice and clean, and then we'll sand it with either a maroon Scotch-Brite or a DA, something like that, so we can rough up the surface and make sure the bed liner has a good surface to adhere to. Then after that, we clean it again and use the Summit bed liner. Justin finally finished up doing the front of it. Took him forever, but he's finally done. So I asked him to help us out doing the tailgate cover and the bed liner, getting it out of the car, because it's a lot easier with a buddy.
Yeah, these things are kind of big and awkward. They're not a lot of fun to take out. So we're gonna take this off, get this thing slid out, and see what's underneath. So let's get to it.
Let's get to it, buddy.
So now we're gonna go ahead and yank our tailgate off and then get our drop-in bed liner removed. So now that we got our bed liner out, we see some issues we have to address first. The issue with a drop-in bed liner is things can get in between the bed itself and the liner and cause some issues. So if you look, we have a bunch of rocks and other stuff in the bed, and that stuff's gonna wear the paint off the inside of your bed, and that's eventually gonna become a rust bubble and then turn into a rust hole. You can also see here on our wheel wells, we have a couple spots where the liner touched and rubbed the paint raw. So we need to go ahead, clean this bed out, address those bare spots and rust issues so we can prevent rust holes and save this bed. So let's get in this thing and get everything washed out.
All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna use our Summit Racing Rust Converter. This stuff's actually awesome. I use this stuff a lot on our stuff we do at the shop, on bare metal and everything, because it saves it so you don't have to paint it right away or primer it right away. And it's really nice on stuff like your frame rails that are rusty. It'll help convert that rust and stop the rust from rusting further. So I know I just said rust a lot, but let's spray this and see what it does. Put a nice coat on. Now we wait. And the longer you wait, if you look at like this spot right here, you can see it's already starting to turn it purple or black. It'll do that with the rust. It'll turn the rust black and the bare metal kind of a purple tint. So it's working just like it should, which is great for us. So now we let it sit for 24 hours. Let it completely dry and cure, and then we can start sanding everything and getting everything ready to do our bed liner. We pressure washed the bed out. Unfortunately, there's still some stuff left in here, bigger stuff that didn't come out when we pressure washed it. So what we're gonna do now is we have to go to this step anyways. We're gonna start DAing it with a dual action sander with 80 grit sandpaper and make sure it's all nice and roughed up and cleaned up and everything for the bed liner so it'll stick on here. So we should be able to get this knocked out pretty quick here and hopefully get some work done and get the bed liner sprayed in today. There you have it. We got it set up for the mechanical bond. I'm gonna finish red Scotch-Brite and this stuff. Yeah, and then we'll be ready to clean it out and start spraying, hopefully. So So now that we've finished up sanding everything with the 80 grit, the Scotch-Brite, everything's pretty clean. What we're gonna do is make sure it's super clean by using our Summit Racing Surface Wash. This stuff we use all the time, whether you're doing a bed liner or a paint job, you have to use this to make sure you don't have fingerprints or greasy prints all over it. Now that we've got everything taped up and everything, I'm gonna go get my mask, get ready to get the stuff out and spray. And always remember, when you guys are painting stuff, you know, even if you're just rattle canning stuff, it's good to wear a mask. All right, so everything's clean, taped off, prepped, everything's ready to go. It's finally time to paint. So what we're gonna do is we need to mix 8 ounces of the activator per bottle of the actual bed liner itself. That makes the chemical reaction that'll make it dry and make it actually harden when you spray it on. So what we'll do is we'll use this. There's our 8 ounces right there. We'll fill it up to there with the activator, pour it in here, and we should be good to go. Mix it up a little and then put our gun on and spray. All right, so we're gonna grab our activator, kind of hold it away from you. Then we will measure out our 8 ounces. 2, 4, 6, 8. Pour our 8 ounces in. Now that it's done, shake it up a little bit, and then we'll put the gun in, and then we'll start spraying. Yeah, this is actually really cool too, because the gun and bottle are made for each other, so they fit perfect. You want to make sure you get it tight on there. If not, it won't pressurize the pot pretty much. So this is like an old school pot style spray gun almost, but it's an undercoating gun, so it's got a huge tip on it. She's done now. Now we get to untape it quick, make sure nothing sticks real tight, and yeah, that's it. Easy as that. So it took a little bit of work, but I think the end result is going to be well worth it. So now once it dries, we'll take a look at it and see how it holds up and see how she looks finally done. All right, so there we have it. We're finished with it. We've got our bed liner done. We've got our buffing the car done. We got the chassis painted done. It looks killer. I mean, honestly, this bed liner turned out really nice if you ask me. In my personal opinion, I think it looks awesome. It's, again, the Summit spray-on bed liner. It sprays on super easy. It mixes easy. Yeah, as long as you do the prep and everything right, it should turn out like this. Should look really nice. Should last for a long time and keep your bed really nice. All right, so now we finished up our end of it over here. We'll send it back over to the studio, the Summit studio, so Justin can finish up doing the ultimate tow package Ram 2500 and make this thing just absolutely killer. So we'll see you next time, and make sure to keep watching.